Why are these so hard? Why is it so hard for me to talk to a camera? Don't work today, so we're gonna do a weigh-in. 253.8. Are you excited for me to make food? What are you doing? What should we make? So it's Thursday morning, and I don't have to work today because I don't have any dogs scheduled. I'm a dog groomer. I don't think I've said that yet. So no dogs today, which means I'm home alone, which is great because I can actually film without feeling super awkward. Well, I still feel super awkward, but at least there's no people around for me to feel super awkward. I think I'm gonna have scrambled eggs. I'm feeling like scrambled eggs. And I don't know if I'm having coffee or my last bang yet. Maybe both, because I don't have a good reason, just because. So let me make my eggs and decide what I'm gonna drink. Okay, so instead of just eggs, I made a breakfast burrito type thing with some low-carb tortillas. And then I decided to drink my leftover tea from Panera yesterday. And this is a Zip Fizz because I feel like I need some potassium and stuff that I've never tried these tortillas before. So wish me luck. Okay, this is gonna be my last meal. Just hamburgers. I guess this is the last thing I'm eating today. This is a cheesecake thing that I love. So I haven't sat down and actually talked to you guys about me at all yet, really. We've just talked about what I've eaten during the day. My high weight was probably around 290 pounds. I wasn't weighing myself around then because I was frankly scared to get on the scale and actually know how much I weighed. But I know that I weighed in around 286, 287, so I'm sure I got to at least 290. Before I started keto in January, I had lost about 15-ish pounds, so I was down to, well, I weighed in on January 8th at 273. So I wanted to sit down and talk about one of my, I think, best non-scale victories so far. Before I started keto again in January, I was dealing with some really bad plantar fasciitis, which is basically pain in your feet. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's what it boils down to. So I would only be able to stand up for a couple hours before my feet just were in so much pain that I was limping around. After I get home and sit down for any length of time, getting back up would hurt so much that I wouldn't be able to just walk. I'd have to kind of limp and wait for my feet to stretch out a little bit. And then it wasn't quite as terrible, but it was still pretty bad. So my non-scale victory so far that has been the biggest for me is that my pain in my feet is pretty much gone. I noticed it the most on Monday, I think, when I had to go get new tires for my car because my tires were bald, and I'm probably lucky to still be alive at this point. But I went to get my tires changed, and I had to walk around and wait for like an hour and a half maybe, and I walked around Sam's for at least an hour before my tires were done, and then standing around waiting at the desk, and then driving home, getting out of the car would have been very painful. And then I stood around protecting my steak. Protecting my steak in the kitchen so the dog wouldn't, try to steal it. And I didn't have any foot pain that day. And it made me realize that I haven't really had a lot of foot pain for at least a month, probably. I groom dog for a living, and groomers usually stand out while they're grooming, and I've noticed that my feet haven't been as bad. I guess actually on Saturday before I stopped at Sam's, I did work, and so I was on my feet for probably 3 hours that day, and it didn't bother me at all, and that's just unheard of. So yeah, pain has been lessened a lot since I started keto. Even without the weight loss, I've lost about 20 pounds since I started keto. And even without that, the lack of pain would be enough to keep going. So if you have pain, I know keto won't help all pain, but if you have some sort of chronic pain, what's the harm in trying keto? I've been trying to convince my mom to try it. She has fibromyalgia, and she thinks that I have some symptoms of fibro, but I haven't had any of those symptoms since I started keto. And I would love for her to try it and see if it helps her pain at all. And if it doesn't, fine. She can go back to the way she eats now, which isn't the most healthy, but whatever works for her. It's because of you. Oh. Are you enjoying